our team this year came from 4 different teams last year. We had 2 guys that were on the varsity last year, 2 guys that were on, or 3 guys on the JV last year, 2 that were on the junior A team, and a couple that were on the junior B team. That was what made up our varsity this year. And so, you know, it's just different dynamics, and, you know, these guys just, like I said, they just kept putting in the work, and we started to kind of tinker with some things and find some stuff that seemed like it was working, and credit goes to all these guys. You know, they found a way. Our theme this year was something to prove, and because there was a lot of doubters, obviously, and just amazing group of guys.
Questions?
Coach, it seemed like the shove goal really increased the pressure after the first quarter, especially when focusing on the court. How do you feel like your team responded in that second quarter?
Well, at the time, I didn't really like how we responded because we had a lot of turnovers that led to some layups on their end. And, you know, we just kind of uncharacteristically panicked there for a few minutes and, you know, allowed them to get back in the game. But, you know, credit goes to them, too. They're a great team. I mean, they're playing on last Saturday of the season, so they've definitely had a successful year. And, but, yeah, the pressure did turn us, you know, forced some issues, got them a couple easies, got them a little momentum going. And that kind of led them to halftime. And then even the third quarter, we got a good first possession, and then, you know, it just kind of seemed a little stagnant there for a couple minutes. And fortunately, Tyson hit that corner 3. It seemed like, and I said to myself, maybe that takes the lid off of it finally. And it sure did. I think we had 5 threes maybe in that third quarter, really opened it up, especially late, big run there at the end of the third quarter. And, you know, when we talked about it at the end of the first quarter and again at halftime, that first quarter, you know, we had lots of good looks. I mean, everything we were going to do offensively, we had a lot of open looks. They just weren't falling, and it's happened all year. And we've talked about it, you know, as long as our defense stays locked in and we're committed to playing on the defensive end and rebounding, those shots will eventually fall. And, you know, I'm very proud of our defensive effort the whole game. I've been proud of our defense all year. And fortunate for us, we were able to knock down some big shots there at the end of the third quarter and even during the fourth to just kind of pull away.
Gordon, can you comment on how you got in the zone from 3-point range in the second half after Mathis and basically shut you down for a good portion of about 10 minutes straight, starting early in the second quarter? How did you get in that zone?
Just told myself keep going, shots starting to fall, and just keep shooting it. I mean, don't lose confidence in it, so that's what I did.
Shooter's going to shoot, right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, with one of your, with one of your least experienced teams to get here and to win, I mean, sets precedents kind of going forward here for you guys with some huge expectations. But talk about the journey this year. I know you said you didn't start off very well, but was it a defining moment where you thought this team has a shot to maybe get back to San Antonio?
Oh, well, when it was probably, like I said yesterday, there was a couple of moments here and there where, you know, I told the guys after the game, I was like, hey, you know, we're starting to figure some things out. You know, we're kind of starting to come into our roles, and, you know, we're figuring out defensively, especially how to play with Darius there in the protecting the rim for us and being able to extend out on some guys and communicate and everything. And then when we went to Martin's Mill, or not to Martin's Mill, we went out to Tenahall, you know, one of our best tournaments we go to. And we were able to beat Martin's Mill on that last day. It was ranked #1 at the time. That was probably the first game. I don't know how many times earlier, our 3 losses before that was all, there was a quarter where we just went cold. We just, you know, scored 0 or 2 points, and that ended up being the difference in some of those losses we had earlier. And that was for the first time all year. I thought we played 4 quarters of good quality basketball on both ends. And you can tell those guys after we beat them, we were just kind of like, hey, we're pretty good after all. You know, maybe we're a lot better than we thought we were earlier. And you know, like I said, credit goes to those guys. I mean, I can sit here and tell them that and tell them, hey, you're good and this and that, but until they start believing in themselves and believing in each other, that's when it really, and I think after that game right there is when they really started to believe in themselves and what we can do.
So you guys don't feel pretty good after all that? Tyson, how much do you think the Lipan tradition played into what you guys were able to pull together this season? And can you talk about what it means to go out with the state championship?
It definitely means a lot to me. I didn't want to go out losing this year, so it means a lot. All my teammates helped do that, my coaches, and just put in a lot of work, and even all my past teammates, they've just helped me to get to this point. And there's no better way I can think of going the gold medal around my neck.
What about the Lipan tradition? Any of you can comment on this really, but the tradition, 15 state tournaments, 6 state championships now, how does that factor into the mindset, particularly once you get to the postseason?
Well, expectations are to get back down here every year, and beginning of the season, we weren't sure about that, but our team started believing, and that's what really put us through. And I think once we started believing, some other people started believing in us, and then from there on, it just kept going.
Hey, you said he'd talk, come on. I haven't been able to get this guy to talk on defense all year. He said he'd come talk, so be sure to ask me some questions. About the Lipan tradition,
Yeah,
expectations.
you want to comment on that?
I mean, the coaches definitely influence me to work hard. My teammates, and all the fans too. They know about the tradition. They keep on supporting us for all the past, at least the past 8 years. We came here 6 times, and there's been a huge crowd every single one. They was here to support us, even at the small games during district. They're there.
I've always thought that's one of the neat things about small school basketball is, like I said, our community really is incredible, the support they have. I know there's a lot of people that are back home at the Cowboy Church having a watch party that couldn't make it down here. They have watch parties every year. It's real neat, and it starts with our administration. Coach Branson's a phenomenal athletic director and pretty dang good basketball coach herself. And, like I said, the whole town bleeds blue and gold, and there's a lot of expectations every time. And I tell the guys, when you put that uniform on, there's high expectations in the classroom, in the community, the way you carry yourself on the court and off the court, and I think all that matters. It really truly does. These kids act right and they do the right things, and it's always nice to see that class act and everything get rewarded.
Coach, I heard a rumor about Court's name origin. Confirm or deny Duke affiliation?
Oh, yes, for sure. Most definitely. Most definitely. His first name is actually Cameron. Yeah, Cameron Court. I've been a Duke fan all my life. And I kind of raised him the same way, kind of made some sense. So we're ready to.
They're going to win tonight.
We got the good recording tonight, so.
Rematch.
So, actually, a former player that played here back in 17-18, Ty Bryant, he's a big Carolina fan, and when he was a little ball boy for us back in the day, when Ty was, we'd always talk noise during the time and stuff, and he actually texted me and him this morning and said, hey, go get this first win in the morning, and then neither one of us will care who wins this afternoon, so. But we got this one, so now we're worried about that other one this afternoon. But,
Coach and Court, Coach, I know your father, you played for him, and Court, same situation. What does this championship mean to you as father and son to be able to pull off this accomplishment?
Well, I've been coming down here with the team since I was a little boy, and that's all I've been taught to. And then be in the locker room and in the huddle and see him coach, and all the hours he comes up to the gym with me and work out and everything. I mean, it's a dream come true. I've been wanting to do this for I don't know how long, so it's awesome.
I think the last time he was in on one of these press conferences, he was sitting right here on my leg back in 2017, I believe it was. So, and it's neat. I mean, it's obviously a special moment for us, and it's it's one of those things that nobody can ever take away from us now. It's that lifelong memory, and I remember him and several of the guys after we won the regional championship. He told me, he's like, I finally get my name on the banner as a player, not as a manager. And that was always neat. And I mean, that was the same thing with a bunch of the guys. I mean, there was a kid that he's like, yes, I get my name on a banner in the gym. I mean, it's a neat thing. We got all of them up there, and actually I told the guys on Wednesday before we left, or actually Tuesday after our practice, because up in our gym, all the state qualifying teams that didn't win it, we got them on one wall with blue banners, and then all of our championship teams, it's a white banner on the baseline. And we finished up our last practice and we came together like we did, and I was like, oh, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of running out of room with these blue ones, but there's plenty of room up there with the white ones we can add to. So, good thing is we get to put a white one up this year. So.
Think you guys might enjoy doing this?
it would be incredible, obviously, but it is, I mean, it is so difficult to get down here. I mean, when you look at our playoff run, we had tough games from the get-go. You know, Hamilton, like I said, wasn't really the easiest route, I didn't think, because, you know, we won our district, and we really got a 3 seed because Hamilton finished tied for 3rd and lost the flips. We played them first. They played us pretty tough. And then Albany, that was an incredible challenge playing those guys because they were so big and strong and athletic. And everybody in that district said that they thought they were the best team in that district, but they had a late start because they won state in football. So they were really starting to play their best at the end of the year. And then of course, the 3rd round, we played Seymour. And oh my gosh, that was double overtime victory for us. I mean, it was just incredible. And then, like I said, I always said, you know, hey, let's get to the regional tournament and see what happens. You know, get down there, give yourself a chance, and you can get hot and do some good things for 2 days in a row. You never know what will happen. And that's probably what I was saying to somebody out there. That's the best part about these guys is, I mean, all year long, at different moments, it's somebody else that was just making a play, either making a big shot, making a big defensive stop. You know, Peyton and Tyson in particular, and Darius and Alberto, I mean, their defense has been incredible this whole postseason. You know, Peyton has really stepped up and knocked down some big shots for us in the playoffs, especially some time months, especially the Seymour game that went double overtime. But, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that gets unnoticed. Just like the regional final, when we played Munster, their best guard, he'd been scoring over 20 a game, and Tyson guards him, and Tyson didn't score a single point the whole game, but he held their best player to 6 points, and we ended up getting the W. And that's the stuff that doesn't, you know, I mean, to me, it doesn't go unnoticed, but as a team, they realize how important that stuff is, and, you know, that's why we're sitting up here right now, because of people like him that, I don't care if I score a point or not, I'm going to come in and do my best because I think he's pretty happy right now with the result of it all.